stream a streaming stream. We are going to stream because we want to start. Yeah. Okay. Concussion. Oh, yes, by the way, I have a concussion. And I was supposed to make it funny, but my head and my mouth will not work together. Just saying. And I'm fighting the urge to hurl, and I just got a claw in my arm, and Richella has arrived. No, you're going to knock it off, you foul, disgusting beast. You foul, disgusting monster. No, don't. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Sunshine. Hello, Intuitive. Hello, Richella. Will you not be destructive? She's nope. Did your bones fall out? Okay, you've got bodily structure and can move. I'm getting back in the lap. Just do something. Don't make me Grimgoth at you. Just, can we expedite this? She says, pet me. But I don't want to pet you. I mean, honestly, I pet the fuck out of you. I pet you more than anything. Says, you're going to pet me some more. In fact, I pet you more than all other cats put together. She says, but pet me more. Okay, I've been sitting here since I ended the other stream with not a cat bothered me anywhere. And you saw how instantaneously can you figure out where we're going with this? And this whole tail thing in my beard. I mean, honest to God, it sucks. You know, the whole this. You know, this right here. You know, and all of that. I mean, it really, really sucks. This is why I do this on stream. You know, you wonder why I do this on stream? It's because of that. There's summer. Oh, yeah. You're going to. Now, see, this is the problem with Richella. I mean, you don't get any personal space. I mean, this cat is not a believer in personal space unless it's hers. You know, if she wants personal space, you know, she'll eat another cat up. But I am not allowed personal space. I just allowed hair. Yes, I just get hair in my face. Now, just west of me is a large storm, but it's going to go on one side of me until dawn. In about dawn, it is supposed to start storming here, and it's supposed to storm on and off all day. And I will get Chad up as soon as Richella lets me. When that is, I don't know. Can I have my life back? And the answer is no. Now, the other night we were sitting here like this, and she just reached up and grabbed a hold of my nose, the end of my nose, and held it there, and she went to sleep that way. And I think that's kind of what she's intending on doing right now. And that ended like a long 4-hour ordeal of her attached to my nose and me just sitting there. And I don't really want to repeat that on camera because, for one, the live stream will only go for about 2 hours, and two, I don't think it's good content past 30 seconds. You're spoiled. Somebody get me saran wrap. This kitty's spoiled. And this is what I deal with when you're not around. And and now she's like, I want all the attention. She's learned to compete with her mother, always competes with you for attention. And I think she's picking that up from her mother. And she's really good at occupying both my arms because she won't hold up her body. She says, You moved me. I didn't want moved. All right, little kitty. We're about the point of cussing at the kitty. I try not to cuss at the kitty. In fact, I can't really recall the last time I've cussed at you. I know it's happened at least twice. Can't quite recall, but I do remember now and then I've called you a little fucker. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Now, see, I'm not calling you that now. I just have. Well, I got chat up. I've not been able to read any of this chat, and I keep getting hit in the face with this tail. And, and I keep getting that hair in my nose. Hello, Asia. Well, you're watching me being tortured by a cat. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna. Oh. Well, Kaz, I'm actually kind of sick of most of the bullshit. And Holly and I have been really good friends, but she was too nice to too many people for too long, involved in Shannon's camp, and she no doubt has a rogue mod. And I haven't seen Holly forever, and I wanted to go over there and talk to her, and it's just whatever. It's just anyone that I see over on Shannon 681's channel is fucking blocked here. And that's the only channel that I have to do that with, or will do that with. But, anyone I see over on it, and it's one of her little buddies doing it and thinking it's funny. But yeah, anyone I see over on that asshole's channel, because her and one of her buddies is involved in it, they're going to be blocked here. Because they're such assholes, there has to be a line between the communities. And Rachella, honey, she keeps trying to put her claws in me. Rachella, you're going to have to just go away, honey. Go away. Sorry, you can't right now. I have a concussion. I can hardly deal with you. And she's on my legs and she keeps wanting to put her claws in me. And we've been fighting with this and I'm marked up. I can't have her in my lap if she's going to claw me. In fact, I might have to put her out of the room and shut the door. It's up to you, Rachel. It depends on what you do next. The choice is yours. She's looking like she just wants to get up here and knock everything off. Yes, that's the effect she's going for. All right, you're leaving the room. Get out. You're leaving now. Go away. And unfortunately, now that she's getting a little older, I'm starting to have to do that with her because she won't listen. She won't learn. She won't stop. And it's put her out, and I don't want to whack her, so I just put her out. Well, that's why. I don't know why in the fuck dumbasses give Carlos wrench. Honestly, Rachel, Carlos has a wrench. Did Holly ever say anything about unblocking me? Now, Carly and I have been friends for years and years, but I am taking the decision right now that I might just block her from my fucking channel right now and be done with it. So no doubt Carlos did it, and to be honest, any place that it's overly friendly for Carlos, I won't be there long. Just saying. And any place that gives Carlos a wrench to where they can harass me is no longer my friend. Once again, that's a line I have to take. You know, I normally don't involve in politics. Like, you will never see me on Original Al's channel again because she lets Shannon's people in Carlos harass me. Then they tell me, just block him. Yeah, then he could come in here and I couldn't see him on my channel. And Al ain't got the fucking guts to run a channel where she will block a troublemaker and people just run roughshod. And apparently that's now happening over there at Holly's. And yes, Cass, I would like to know right now, is Holly going to fucking unblock me and tell her that Carlos fucking blocked me? And I deserve an apology at this point. Because I'm ready to block her and be done with it too. Because there's a lot of people in the void that I'm done with. And if I have to throw my good friend on that list tonight, I'll do it. Well, Holly rarely, if ever, pays attention to the chat. That's one of her sins as a creator. Yeah. But yeah, at this point, I deserve an apology. And I don't know why in the fuck she gave Carlos a wrench. See, that's where I go on the stupid test. You know, that's why places that will give me a wrench and won't tolerate his bullshit, those are the people that I want to be friends with. You know, people that tolerate his bullshit, I obviously don't need to be friends with them, and Carlos shows me that. He shows me the people that aren't really worth my time. And Al hit that list. I like Al. You know, I would have considered myself friends. But she's fucking gutless. And I would say that to her face. Hello, Stephanie. Well, Robert, she has her mods take care of it. And once again, she basically gave, and then all Carlos did was immediately went through the old comments and blocked me because I wasn't blocked there 2 weeks ago or a week ago. And in reality, I see one thing that Rap and Nicolina doesn't understand is I already salvaged anyone that was worth anything in the void. You know, the viewers, the good people, they came here. So the nice thing for Nicolina and Rap, they get these people in their community, so they kind of get the Boit pre-filtered. You know, if you're on my side of it, you're on the good side. And if you're not, you're on the shithole side. So, you know, in reality, I kind of did the world a favor. Hello, Stacy. Oh, we're talking about politics and dumbasses and dumbass creators because one of my closest YouTube friends, I'm blocked on her channel because she gave Carlos a wrench and no one can get her attention. And I'm just thinking about blocking her and being done with it. Just saying. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now, once again, my ego state, you know, I do have this Twitter thing. Now, she's not going to pay attention to any messages because, you know, Holly is my friend, but attentiveness is not in her nature. No, not Stephanie. On Holly Undeads. So, you know, I'm going to send her a Twitter, I guess. I might even ask, are you fucking stupid? Might do that too. Usually I keep those things quiet. I guess I've never DM'd her on this account. She must not have a current Twitter account. Her name didn't come up. So I guess that's why, because I thought I had DM'd with her on this account. But it looks like right now she doesn't have a Twitter. So now I guess I can't do that because I'm like, because I expected, you know, to see her on the DMs, but I guess that Twitter account of hers is gone, so I ain't got no way to DM her. Oh well. Whatever. Like I said, because of the way that most of the Boyd acted, most of the Boyd really isn't welcome here. Because I knew as soon as they sensed weakness, a ton of them would try to jump on me. And I let it happen. Because I could get my other channel back whenever I wanted. But I don't want to do fat girl content. So there you go. Well, Carlos will just block you too. But it's just when Carlos isn't any use to us anymore, you guys block him. Because Carlos goes over the line with everyone. And he will do that with Nicolina at some point. JC. And I'm letting her play her games with him because once again, she protects me and she'll do it responsibly. And once again, I don't tell other people how to play their YouTube. And once again, many times people will see things from a different angle. So, I just sit there and watch her make him useful. Now, I can make Carlos useful, but I just have to be a little more clever about it. And he never fails to bite. That's the funny thing. When I really want to manipulate Carlos, he never fails to bite. So I don't really need to be his friend now, do I? Well, thank you, Peach. But yeah, she gave Carlos the wrench, and that's why. And Carlos hates me because I don't enable his bullshit, and I'm not going to. Yep. Now, I am going to draw Ernie's shell into the void and make him our new locale. Over time, just a little here, a little there. We pull him to us. We pull us to him, and eventually Ernie will be the Boyd locale, and he will suffer the full type of wrath that a Rich Life or a Elvis Travels got. Hello, yeah, Mom. Well, Carlos is a pile of garbage. And I know quite a lot about Carlos because, some people sold him out. Yes. I know all the possibilities and I know the reality. And Ernie could probably take Carlos, just saying. Well, Ernie ain't got shit. Ernie crashes on people's houses. Old Ernie is probably sitting right down there in Harlan or Corbin or London or one of those places. And, excuse me, and in reality, Jim Bros probably, as the crow flies, is probably sitting about 30 miles from me. As the crow flies. And that's what I think funny is. Ernie like, I'm going to get your information. All Ernie's got to do is go down the courthouse, pull my deed, and he could hop up here at any time. I mean, come on, Ernie. I mean, it's like I'm the easy one. I mean, you can even pull down my road. You'd be in huge trouble. But I mean, you could pull down my road. Yes, you could. But you're gutless, Ernie. You're severely gutless. I mean, you couldn't skip trace the shit staining in your pants, motherfucker. Well, fuck you, Carlos. Carlos, you're not tough enough to suck my dick, put it that way. You're a nothing, Carlos. You've always been. You're nothing but the Boyd's bitch. Seriously. And Carlos, Holly's much more my friend than yours. She's just stupid enough to give you a wrench. And you're stupid enough to keep it up with me. Because in reality, when we're done with you, we will all throw you away. Hello, Philip. Because see, I have this finger and I can just block you over and over again. I mean, I'm fine with it. In fact, I like it in Tasha's that I only time you out 300 seconds because I get to block you again and 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 again. Yes. So, Carlos, where's the next sock account? I have the urge to do the blocky walkies. See, Carlos, I have no presentation tonight to be disrupted in any way, shape, or form. I'm just here. Come on, Carlos. Where's your next suck account? Now, the fun thing, everyone. Now, you notice Duke is shut up because I showed him Girl Duke. Now, you see, Duke doesn't understand this, but I know Girl Duke. Her name is Callie. Her channel is Life of a Free Spirit. She has over 20,000 subscribers. We had been friends at one time. We didn't part on bad terms. Now, she parted on bad terms with about everyone else, but we didn't. But she's one of these people that has similar views to Duke, and she speaks just like him. She also has a fans only, and she likes to dress in revealing clothing and show her bosom, and she's kind of slutty. So once again, I showed Duke Callie, and then he goes through a video list and links up one of her, trying to impress her and get her attention. So, that'll be something Duke will be doing in his spare time, trying to get with Callie. And honestly, they would make the perfect couple. Hello, Smelly. So, like I said, they would make a great couple. I'm not actually hurting him. That's the fun part. But because there's a girl he wants to impress, he will have to moderate his behavior in some way. And she's also hard to get her attention. Now, once again, I probably could have slept with Callie at some point. But, I just don't go around sleeping with women. Now, thinking about it, my current mental state in the last year, truthfully, Trisha isn't sounding bad, but we will start as friends. Oh, yes, Leonard. Yes. Like I say, I know her well. She's an Amberlyn Reed creator, and she's actually fairly well known. It's like me. I might not have the biggest channel in the world, but I am one of the people that everyone knows of me and enjoys my company because I can make chats funny, as you people know. In reality, I feel I'm more entertaining in a chat than on a panel. Just saying, it's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. No, Steffi, I didn't. Hello, Nicolina. So, we're going to have some fun, and Carlos can do his whatever, and so he got me blocked at one of my friends' chats because she was stupid enough to give him a wrench. So, I mean, I just can block. Now, see, that's what Callie, I'm going to get catted. Selma, come on, Selma. You going to knock everything off, Selma? Because it's what you do. I love you, Summer. Just a minute, I'm being cat attacked. Come on. Cat attack me. Well, I didn't see it when I put in Holly Undead. It just came up with nothing. Well, I hope you're doing well, Nicolina. We're just not really doing much here. I thought if there was something interesting live, I might go to it. But I have a concussion. Now, I'll tell Nicolina the concussion story because I told it on my other channel. Well, while we were sitting in chat earlier, I put my hand back here and I found where I had my seizure yesterday. I hit my head and I just thought I bumped it and I busted my head open. There's blood and scab back here in my hair. And when we were in the chat, I squeezed it. And oh God, that was bad. And that's when I typed what I did in chat. And then I was like, how bad is it? And I squeezed a little bit harder, and my head has felt like it's going to pop all day. So I've also been loopy today, and I really need to stay awake. So that's kind of one of the purposes of this stream, is I need to stay awake because I shouldn't have slept last night. I should have been kept awake, but I had no idea. And I'll be okay. I've had a bunch of concussions, but where in my last stream we talked about what happened to me as a baby, and sometimes I don't know I was hurt. This was one of those occasions. On a rare time, I will seriously hurt myself, and I won't understand it until the effects come along, or I'm healing. And it's like right now, you know how it feels like there's steel rods in the eyeballs? That's how I feel. And I'm doing loopy shit and I'm mixing things up. So I know from, trauma that I need to be kept awake. So really, that is the true purpose of this stream. Well, it just happens. I mean, I got to live with it. But I didn't think I hit hard. I mean, I thought I just bumped it. I mean, I didn't understand. I just thought I took a small bump. I didn't feel no swelling or nothing. But like I say, if I go back here, you can feel the bloody scab. And I don't need to do that. Just saying. I put my hand on my other stream on my head earlier, and I learned I'm not supposed to do that either. Well, I do have my cola here. I got plenty of caffeine, and now the cat's laying on me. That makes it hard to stay awake. Makes it hard to focus too. Well, it's not too bad if I don't turn the oven on. And I've been eating well, so I've been turning the oven on. And I made tacos today, and I ate 10 of them. Now, an interesting thing, I'm not gaining any weight yet. I've been eating everything I want and then some, but I'm not gaining yet. Now, you know how that works, is then all of a sudden you just go, Well, here it's rain to the west of me, and it's supposed to start raining around 6 in the morning. And then there's supposed to be rain on and off all day. So that's my tomorrow. So if you don't see me, my net could be knocked out. Wow. Well, the kitty slept on my face last night. I didn't know I was hurt. I mean, seriously, until I was in chat with everyone earlier and I put my hand back there, I had no idea I was hurt. And ever since I squeezed my head, I feel like a squashed grape. But with my condition, this is one of these things that happen. Now, this chair, I've got like the seat out of it so it leans back. And as you can see, and I've got it set at an angle. So you see, like this chair, there's nothing I can hit my head on. And I keep a spot like this in every room. It's just, I was going about my day. I was in the middle of the walk. I started to feel one coming on. I got unbalanced. I fell down. I just bumped my head. And after my seizure, I just went on with the rest of my day. And like I said, I was fine until I squeezed my head. And ever since then, I've had these like two steel beams that's going through my eyes, and it's about 1,000 degrees back there, and I can't touch it. Actually, that sounds good, Nicolina. And I'm not hungry. I mean, I had 10 tacos, but I love cheese. I am a cheese person. If you hand me a cheese, I'm good with it. Well, weed is my seizure med. Now, see, Nicolina, anything that gives me a head change will make me evil. It don't work good. Like when I was a teenager, they put me on Xanax. Xanax made me psychotic. And if you put me on pain pills, about 5 to 8 days into the pain pills, I will start becoming insufferable. I will start becoming angry for absolutely no reason. Everything in the universe will irritate me to the point where I will want to put my thumbs through its eyes. So, so I don't take medications for the most part, but it's anything with a head change. If a medication does not give a head change, I've got no problem with it and it will have no effect on me whatsoever. But if the medication gives a head change, it'll make me into the most evil thing that has ever existed given 2 weeks. And for the most part, pot controls my seizures. But the neurologist explained to me that it's kind of like weather on the brain. And a seizure is a storm. And I can't control the weather because, when seizures started, I have to get this done. And then I would get myself hurt doing it. And then you would learn that you couldn't get things done. And then things would get worse. And you know how that spiral goes. And until I started smoking marijuana, I was on a complete downward spiral. Well, it's fresh. I mean, the hit on my head is probably, I'm guessing about 7 o'clock yesterday evening. Like I say, I'm having trouble doing simple math. It's only been about 29 hours ago it happened. And I didn't discover it until we were in chat, early this afternoon. And I just know that I'm loopy. I'm get halting in speech. I'm not thinking right. I'm kind of giddy, like I've maybe had a few. And I know that that is God's way of telling me, don't go to sleep. You have a serious concussion. Well, it could be, Nicolina, but I've been hit in the head so many times and had so many concussions. I'm really good at this concussion thing. And I can tell you 100% chance that I have a severe concussion. And the fact that I have a severe subdermal hematoma, because when I push back there and it is so hot, that is because of the blood that's pooled underneath it. And I will be fine. It's just, I kind of need to stay awake. And I needed to did that last night. Now, ironically, I slept great. I mean, I got the best night of sleep I have in 3 or 4 weeks. I might have slept forever, but I really got a good night's sleep. That's the ironic part of it. Well, we've done this before, and what they tell you is someone to keep you awake. And that's the purpose of this stream. And as long as I feel loopy, well, in reality, I need to stay up till about 7 at least. And if I'm not showing signs of it about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, then I can get some sleep. But my rough life, Nicolina, there's many times, like right here, you notice that it looks a little thinner. It's because I've been hit here twice and had my head bust open. And then I busted, when I started my seizures, I busted my head open here a couple more times. And, I can like feel the scar right here. Oh yeah, yeah. There's nausea now and then. Now when I had my a game stream earlier, oh god, yeah, I had a lot of nausea then. Now Smelly, you missed it, but we got Rachel's characters done, and Pindar's is mostly done, and we created their nemesis, and I wrote up most of Nicolina's character, and I'll have to get with her and, find out what other things she wants, as her powers. Fortunately, the game gods were kind and left her with a lot more points than everyone else. You were much more affordable. Well, I'm hot, but the room is kind of hot. And it just started raining here. I just heard the rain start hitting the roof all of a sudden. But no, I feel a little loopy. It's like right now, I'm trying to sit perfectly up. As you can see, I'm kind of at an angle. But this is as best I can do. Now, when I'm having seizures and stuff, sometimes if I look like I'm relaxing, that's really because that's the best angle I can do. But I just play it off. Now, sometimes, like on my other channel where we play games, I will talk about the life's things that now and then happen here. And in reality, if I didn't need to stay up right now, I wouldn't have mentioned the concussion, except to maybe two or three people. And I would have kept it to myself. But like I said, I need to stay up. And you see where I just said that? It made my eyes hurt. Now, the first time I got a major concussion, I took a steel pipe to the head. That was one of these things that busted me open. I swung when I should have parried. And and I remember it vividly later. And I remember that looking at my feet was the funnest thing in the world. I mean, all you do is just sit here and hold your head and look at your feet. That's kind of a sign of a concussion. If you see someone that takes a blow to the head and they just sit there and look at their feet, congratulations, you have a concussion. Now, many times I've had these concussions, and that's a sign of it. But this time, like I said, I just went on with life, and until I was sitting here in this chair. I was chatting with Nicolina. I think it was on Rap's channel, and I just put my hand back there and felt scab. And then I pushed hard, and as I said, my eyes wanted to pop out. And ever since then, I feel like I have a concussion. And it hurts to laugh. Now, that nausea thing we talked about a second ago, oh, I just had a big wave of that. It was be quiet or projectile that way. And I have that feeling of breathe. Now, if anyone wants to talk about anything, I'll talk about dumb stuff if anyone's interested in anything. And in fact, I may say something completely stupid at some point. Wow, you think that hurt my eye. Oh, man. I would say life's funny, but it's just too obvious. Now, once again, someone like your teacher be crying and whining where I just laugh off wounds. Seriously. Because what's the use in getting all bent up about it? Now, the fact of the matter is now, on a serious note, yeah, at some point, I could bust my head open here and die. There it is. It is a reality. Now, once again, as I said, I've, made spots in every room to where if I feel I can lay down or sit down. But I was just walking on my merry way, and it started, and And like I said, I'm not even sure how I hit that part of the head. I just know I went down and I felt the bump. And that's all I felt was a bump. And I just got right back up. And then I went over towards the chair I had in where I was, and then I had a seizure. I was getting ready to have one, and that's what made me have the fall. And then I got myself over to the chair, and I had no idea that I hit my head that hard. I do, Nicolina. I really do. Yeah, I do. And and that's one thing of my poking was to do. And from my poking, there is enough swelling that as a layman, I cannot say if I do or I cannot say if I don't. Damn my honesty. Oh, yes, but but yeah, I mean, I didn't even realize it until we were chatting and I touched back there. But I know from the past that they will tell me to go home and take some ibuprofen and to stay awake. So that's kind of the plan. Now, I'm not taking the ibuprofen. I've taken nothing for the pain because I want to understand how bad I'm hurt because taking something would mask it. So I'm not going to take anything for the pain until I go to sleep. That's the plan anyway. And I don't plan on going to sleep until 7 or 8. And if I feel loopy in the head, other than fatigue, I'm going to try to stay up even more. I love you, Shema. Well, Nicolina, I can tell you exactly when. November 18th, 2015. Just one day out of the blue. I was sitting at Miss Connie's house. I drove back then and I took odd jobs and did some running for some people to make ends meet. And Miss Connie's husband had seizures and he was in jail. And she said, "Roger, you're having a seizure." And I started to tell her, "No, I'm not." And nothing came out. And I had absolutely no motor control over my body because I was having a seizure. Oh, yeah. I mean, now get this. To find the problem, I actually found out I am in amazing shape. I may be 54, but I have a 30-year-old body for the most part. Now, of course, I have issues. Now, I told Pindar, and there's 44 other people in chat, and I told her that it was okay to tell you and okay to tell Selah about my other medical issues I've been having. Because, I've not told everything about my medical issues. Now, I do need to be reevaluated because they did say every several years I need to be reevaluated because my condition, they said, could turn into epilepsy. And I'm due for that evaluation. And I've been trying to find out what I can and can't do so I can tell them appropriately at an evaluation. But this is just one of those, it sucks to live alone. I can take care of myself. I can get all the chores done, just a little bit slower. But, this is where I need that person next to me to keep me awake. To put it as a mortal moment, Ash one time said, "I wish I could take care of you." That is just alien to me. I have never had that in my life. My mother was squeamish. And if you had a problem and went to my mother, she unloaded on you. You think you have problems, and then she would unload all of her worldly problems on you like you were her codependent. Because that's all my mother wanted was a codependent. My mother was a trophy wife. Just saying. It's why I believe that almost all women are independent and should be treated that way. But there is a class of woman that needs taking care of. And my mother was one of these creatures. And I lived this way because my mother, being one of those creatures, ruined everything. Uh, so that is what it is. Oh god, my head still hurts. And I have to say that I'm sweating and oh man, I can't even touch my head. Nosy again. Uh well, my mother was born in Manchester. Yes, she was, and many of her evil kindred are sitting right next to Ernie and Jimbo, and Ernie and Jimbo don't know what their last names are. So that's kind of fun for me, and once again, to be all in reality, interstate wise, London is exit 39. I'm exit 59. I mean, Jimbo Land is 20 minutes down the interstate from me. Just a few exits. So I have to laugh. We're each probably about 15 minutes off the interstate from each other. But the interstate part of the trip is just a 20-mile trip down the highway. Mr. Jimbo and her that wants to dox everyone and threaten like they're going to show up. I want them to show up here. I mean, oh, please, please, please. But when Ash had talked about wanting to take care of me, that's alien to me. That never happened. My parents didn't take care of me. No one ever has, and no one ever will. Let's be honest with this. I thought a couple years ago I had found my someone, but it turned out that she was bipolar and paranoid to the extreme. And that kind of ruined that. When she started making threats on my life, there's no having an argument and getting back together, when she starts to threaten to have you killed. Hello, Amethyst. So, I wasn't too thrilled with that. Oh, no, Tressa. He's right back here in Kentucky. And he's crashing on someone's couch. No doubt getting pegged. And doing meth. And to be honest right now, Ernie, I need some meth and make my head hurt. Not hurt, but I'll just live with the pain and not smoke the hard drugs. It's a shame. But no, old Earn Dog is back in the South. No, Earn Dog has got a good idea that he should be worried of me, and really he should be. I mean, seriously. God, my head hurts. Because I'm a lot stronger than Earn Dog. You never see Jimbo or Ernie ever do anything physical on panel. I mean, fumble. Accidentally knocked you guys off. Like I say, with my condition right now, I can do most things, but being coordinated while I'm doing it is not one of them. So like I say, I do have the dropsies. I do knock everything off, but I can take care of myself. It's just, I'm not all good up here in my coordination, because like I said, I hit my head hard, and I had no idea. Now, one summer this time, Summer is actually sitting on the coffee table looking out at the door, with no doubt Richella on the other end of it crying to come in. Well, Leonard, I do. I mean, I'm not going to raise it up high, but damn, I mean, coughing hurts the head too. Just say it. Nausea. Breathe. Wave of heat. Perspiring. Okay, I'm all better now. Like I said, I have this down to an art. Hello, Spirit Finder. Nausea again. Okay, I'm back together again. What is Ronnie? Just a moment. It's just I perceive things differently than you do. I remember being sliced right here and just bleeding like a motherfucker and thinking in the other room, because, I'm holding it up and I'm kind of recalling about how much of my wound had bled. And I was, once again, where I'm kind of loopy now. I was loopy then, but it was from blood loss. And it's like, I believe I have lost more blood than should be in a human body. And at that point, it was just absolutely positively hilarious because of blood loss, no doubt. But all I could remember thinking is like, I bet it's going to be funny to see the look on everybody else's face when I drop. Now, amazingly, I didn't drop. And I really do believe that I had more blood come out of my body than is supposed to be in it. So I can't explain that either. But I didn't die, and for about a day, I was kind of like I drank too much. I do remember that. Now, what sucked, one of the worst sucks, was a shattered bat, and then, like, all the shattered pieces of the pine bat would get in your arm like a porcupine. And that wood would, just a little bit of festering that it would do before you could get it out. I mean, it was just horrible. I don't recommend it. And like I say, I got it with the axe handle good. I mean, it was just like, boom, the bat disintegrated, where I hit it. But like I said, the shards of it, it was just like porcupines all up this arm. And that sucked. Pulling all those, there had been 36 shards of wood in my arm, and I had to pull all those out. And every one of those motherfuckers festered. That hit in my bad experience, top 100, definitely. To be young and insane. But I mean, see, with my PTSD, I can remember it all like it's yesterday. It's like my other concussions. Like right now, I can remember a lot of my other concussions. The worst one I've had in modern times was when I first started having seizures. And the cat did it. Elric, the original, was still alive. And I had went down on my knees because of seizure. And there was a big radio. And he knocked it off on top of my head. And that one was as bad as this. Because there was a moment or two that I thought the cat had killed me. Oh yeah, Ernie could easily, but Ernie'd have to go up 75. Now, Ernie could leave London and go out 80. Yes, he could. And go towards Somerset. Yes, he could. He could go that way. Man, about every 2 minutes, I have to mentally reset and contain my guts. I haven't. I ate a lot earlier, and I'm fine, but it's just every now and then I'll have that nausea, and that's how I know I did it bad. Otherwise, I would just say I have a concussion. But the nausea and all the disorientation, and it's been over 24 hours. That's how I know it's a severe one, and Nicolina might be right. I might have some form of a fracture. I won't know until the swelling goes down. And if the swelling goes down and I touch it and I want to lick the ceiling, then I probably have it. Well, good night, Smelly. Yeah, I have to keep my butt up now. I'm going to have to keep myself occupied, and I don't really know. Let's see if there's a live or something I can make fun of. Because I thought about listening to Adonis. That was my original plan, but I knew I'd fall asleep. Well, it's Saturday. You would think that there'd be all kinds of lolcow people. Oh, shit, there is one. He's still on. Jumbo's on. Let me turn that off. Go ahead, Jumbo. Oh.
We got us up enough money, to be able to get in for the week. We started out with 1 week, and then our vehicle went out on us. So he did get a job, and we were able to pay for a full month. He was taken. We have a service here called RTEC, which is like a transit.
RTEC is Kentucky.
Get you, and back then they would take you to work, not just medical appointments, but they would take you to work too. So he was going back and forth to work, riding the RTEC bus, but we got stuck because this hotel was $700 a month for one little hotel room, but that included everything,
Well, I'm trying to get Chad up. Unfortunately, this device has kicked me out of YouTube. It's lost like 26% power just sitting there.
Tiny room that don't even have, anywhere to cook, anywhere to do anything, but we were thankful just to even have a roof, coming from...
God, I look bad. Look at me right here. How can you people stand to look at me? I look horrible.
We got stuck in that vicious cycle that $700 a month was so much that we couldn't put any back, like you were saying. We were paying so much for this little room that there was no way that we could put any back, So I just want you to know that I know it seems like you're the only, that sometimes you feel like you're the only one that's gone through these kind of things and stuff. And I just wanted to let you know that I've been there too, and I understand how hard it is, and how when you get stuck in that cycle and you're paying so much for.
Can she take a breath and put a period in one of these sentences? Just saying.
This little crappy place that you were blessed to find.
Hello, Ash.
Thankful at the time because it's a roof over your head, but you're paying so much for
Hey,
it.
I'm going to pull this up for chat. This other device here is just...
Try to get something better.
It's not wanting to scroll the chat right.
But what we ended up doing to kind of get out of it is I was thankful enough to, we got some income tax
Pull that
back.
down.
We stayed at that hotel for 2 years like that, Jimmy. 2 years we stayed in that same hotel room. 2 years.
2 years.
And then finally, where he had been working, we were able to get some income.
Okay, now I can see chat right finally.
So what I would suggest
Yeah, crap device.
Completely up to you, but just coming from somewhere that somebody that's been there, what I would do, you know, you've toughed it out this long. What I would do is I would just try my best to tough it out, and any little bit of help that you can get, whether it's somebody sending you $5 or whether it's somebody sending you $10, anything that comes in on that PayPal or that Cash App, that's
Now, you notice that she's just, I mean, I'm wondering, like, why? I mean, you guys helped me out. I got a load of food. I mean, I should be good until at least past the first of the year. I mean, I shouldn't miss a meal. But it's just funny with some of these people. It's like the disaster never ends. Do you notice that? It's like a superhero that wants to save the world, and I just want it to stay saved for a while. I don't want to keep going back and having to save you again and again and again. You know, maybe if I save you twice, can there at least be a little time in between saving you again and again and again and again?
you know, I would consider that extra money, and I would tuck it away, and I would just keep tucking it away, and continue, no matter how tempting it is to dip into it. You know, I would just continue toughing it out until you get enough tucked away. Excuse me, to use it. You know, to get in somewhere better. Because that's what I had to do, and we finally got out of there. It took us 2
I'm
years.
trying to stay awake, lady.
You know, I kept a box. Well, you know,
It's somebody on Jimbo's panel,
income
and
tax, you know,
she
I
won't
kept a box,
breathe.
whether it was
She won't
$5,
pause.
He got paid every 2 weeks, whether it was
She's a
$5,
fucking
$10.
machine.
I tried to sneak away just a little bit out of every check, you know, and put in that box because I wanted nothing more in life.
So you know these, like the neighbor that you like want to bolt, but they'll never pause in between the speaking.
You know, like I said,
Now my chat locked up on this.
it's your life. You know, whatever works best for you. Everybody's situation is different, but I was just gonna share with you what I did and how I made it.
Well, Ash, that's what Ernie and Jimbo do on YouTube. You know, that's why they do the I'm a good Christian act, is so they can say that we're helping people, and then they just block the people and keep the money. You know, that's their YouTube. You know, this is how their kind use YouTube. And apparently, you know, looks like somebody's got a heavy pill addiction.
And I just want to let you know that I am praying for you, and you can make it out too. You know, everybody. Well, I'm not even gonna say everybody. Not everybody has hard times in life, and when people say that, I know.
My mother made my hard times in life. If it wasn't for the screw up that my mother was, I'd be quite okay.
They say it to try to make you feel better.
And in reality, if you took my seizures out of it, I'd be okay. Seriously, you know, if my mother wouldn't have screwed everything up and I wouldn't have had seizures, everything would have been okay with me. Or if the government would have gave us $1,200 a month on minimum disability like they promised before the last election, I'd be okay.
Honest to God, truth is, not everybody has hard
Okay, I
times.
heard it is too.
And, you know, there's a
And my wonder is like, is anyone else going to talk on this panel?
that do know how it feels, you know, and they know little tips and tricks.
I wonder if she's killed them all,
like that. So I just wanted
bored them to
share
death.
with you a piece of my story and a piece of my life that I've never
Someone
shared with
mumbled.
anybody, not even Jimbo. I've never told anybody.
I wonder if they're sitting like, God, no, make it stop, make it stop.
I'm proud that I made it out of it. And I just wanted to let you know that you can get out too.
It's someone on Jimbo's panel. She never stops.
But that's what, you know, as tempting as it is to get into a nice, clean set of sheets.
And I still don't understand one point she's making other than money, money, money. Who do we trust?
How tempting that is, but wouldn't it be better to have that every single night?
It's Jimbo's. This is the stand live.
That would be my suggestion. Is just to put back, anything that anybody's willing to send or willing to help. Like I said, even if it's just $5. As tempting as it is,
She's just
to run
faceless.
out and get that
And
hotel room.
there's
I
Jimbo,
would
and
just
it
take
looks like
away
she's
from
killed
them
whoever else it is
into
with
them
boring him to
places,
death.
that you were talking about.
Yeah, I said Jimbo's right there.
And honestly, it sounds like I don't know how
Or
much
he's
those
painted.
places are in your town, but honestly, one of them
He's looking at a screen.
sounds like a step up from
It
what you
flashed
got
color.
now, even if
So
it's
likely
a
he's
hotel.
looking at little girls. Allegedly. It's my theory.
It's one place I used to stay at. I mean, the southern middle of it. I mean, you got a queen size
Well,
bed,
I'm trying to look for the point of this.
shower, and a little kitchen table and a little refrigerator.
Right.
I thought that guy was dead, but he apparently is alive.
To a triple wide. You know what I mean?
Right. So
Best daddy ever.
It'd be so luxurious. I wouldn't know what to think.
Right. In those places I know here, you don't have no like deposit and stuff like an apartment.
I mean, it's
maybe
about 1 o'clock in the morning, Jimbo.
first week or however they do it,
I don't think you're the best daddy ever.
That may be an option, and then do like I did. Once you get to that step, then work on getting to the apartment step. Right.
I liked it. I did. I loved it.
Well, he was watching something for a minute, and then it came up, the best daddy ever. So, and I've heard about 3 best daddies ever in a little bit.
So that may be an option, if you've got those types of motels there in your area, and then you don't have to worry about no.
Place called Stay Lodge. I don't know how much it is a month. I know I think it's like 150 a week or 175
Right.
a bed. But I'm pretty sure it's a month.
Right, and usually if you pay by the month, well, I know going by my situation, the places around where we live, if you pay by the month, it usually is cheaper than paying by the week.
Leonard, yeah, you're kind of right.
Based on your income. So
Yeah.
housing.
Well, I mean, telling her, this is what I have as the screensaver on my phone. Definitely does not say the best daddy ever. Like I say, that's where we, go, this is what Roger likes. I mean, I'm sure he's got a little girl on his screen. and then he hears the best daddy ever. So I say, like, this is Roger's screensaver. You can see that Roger likes the adult women.
Roger, based on your income.
I don't know how that works.
Well, I appreciate it. Well,
How that works.
I've got a treat. I mean, I got a real good treat yesterday.
You click on it, you get commercials and
Yeah, that.
they don't go to the
No, those are places
Oh, man.
trying to get your information. Don't spill that kind of stuff
Oh.
out.
I sit here get my roll every day.
Well, I smoke about 3 grams a day.
My day when I
Now, yesterday I smoked a whole lot more than 3 grams.
my name's down weird. To see if my name's been moved up. I actually sat
Oh.
on this one time with this guy for 2 years. Then he
Wow.
finally said, I called him. He said, I don't even know who you are.
Hmm.
See, every month he tell me he's moving me up. And then after 2 years later, he I don't know you.
I think guys right now, for to get him out of where he's at.
Well, before I started having seizures again, I hadn't smoked in years and years.
I think now that we've kind of talked through it and things like that, right now, guys, I think his best option is to do the place that we're discussing where you can pay weekly or monthly, and that way he doesn't have to have a deposit.
Well, I'm not sure. It's
he doesn't
everyone's talking but Jimbo. And I don't know either of their names. Now, okay, Jimmy Reisner is the male, and they've got it blocked on who the other is. She's just got a colon cancer symbol, and the Cash Apps block the name.
When you're talking about a weekly place, like, get a place back. It's not $650 a month.
Well, I'm not Nicolene. See, in my life before, I've learned I have to learn how hurt I am. So remember how I said there's swelling right there? Now, when the swelling goes down, I have to touch there again. And if it's sharp, like I'm being hit, I require medical assistance. Like I said, I've kind of learned with the hard life that I've lived is when you need a doctor and when you don't. Now, because of the swelling, I can't tell. But yes, I could have a fracture. And if the swelling goes down and I touch it and I want to lick the ceiling, then I need a doctor. If I don't want to lick the ceiling, then I'll probably not be fractured and be okay. And that's what I got to figure out. So my plan is to take something before I go to sleep, so then I can sleep. And if I feel loopy in several hours, I'm going to try to stay up all day. If in several hours, if I feel more together, I'll go and take a nap and take some Motrin then. And then when I get up, I'll feel my head. And like I said, if I want to lick the ceiling, I need medical attention. Now, I didn't plan on living here. Now, in reality, I planned on my last girlfriend and I living happily ever after. It's just she was violent, threatening, and bipolar. So, that kind of hurt the relationship when she's threatening to murder you. In my PTSD, I can't have my love of my life threatening my life constantly. Well, unfortunately, Nicolina, I've never had anyone to ever take care of me my whole life. I have to roll with it. There used to be people in my life that said that they would move in here, and then they didn't. And then I stopped seeing them because they didn't live up to what they see. The thing is, Nicolina, is most people are good, and they will promise things that they won't intend to do, and then when they don't come through with them, they'll just never see you again. And I had that happen with 3 people here when I first started having seizures. And I wish them well, and I understand their uncomfortable situation. But I didn't ask any of them to. They offered, and I said yes. And then none of them ever did. So, I live alone, and one of these days, I might have an accident and bleed to death here. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't have any family. I don't have anyone close. I don't even have anyone close to open my heart to and have a heart-to-heart talk with. I don't even have that in my life. I have to keep it all to myself. And I don't like it, but it is what it is.
How much was it last month? 65.
Oh, I do suffer insomnia.
Okay, so that'll make it $2 more a day.
Do you mind to say what your monthly income is?
Hello, cowgirl.
It's the Wi-Fi bill.
Now, another thing, because of my complex PTSD and the injuries that I suffered as a baby, one side effect of it all is I am less attached to my life than you are. It has always been that way. And I guess it will always be that way. See, I've never had that reinforcement that I matter. So it's always been reinforced in my head that I don't matter and that my life is worth less because obviously it is. And the world has reinforced into me again and again that my life is worth less on so many levels. And I just have to believe that in my soul. Now, once again, because of my complex PTSD, I am not too attached to my own life. And that's a side effect of it all. Hello, monster. My check keeps locking up on this thing. I see it move on this, and nothing's moving down here.
That is what you're describing. He pays $280 a week. That's a lot of money. I don't think.
So he said the hotel was. He said the motel was $150 a week, and then usually.
Shit, my girlfriend, she wouldn't even go to the 150 a night hotel one. She had to get the best hotels in town.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, you squared. Oops. Okay, sorry.
And it's sad though, but she did have a good side. It's just her evil bipolar side trumped the good side of her.
Sorry, I was, and I'm sorry, Alicia, I missed you earlier. I was just, honestly, just like.
Yeah, you know what? You are right. That is the guy that Ernie collected the money for the wheelchair from. After you said that, it linked up in my head and I can see it plain as day.
Myself swearing. I don't mind if people do. It's just, I hate myself doing it. So I say poopy and crap. And okay. Yeah, I totally don't mind that. I mean, it's like yours.
I found out I need to take small hits. No coughing. Coughing bad.
In chat, that your bed was U-shaped and your bed and the shower and so we had just, talked, and so I thought that was, that it was a good idea, but I think that that's
Well, Ern would scam anyone. This is where, in the end, they're going to turn on each other because it's always going to come down to they're always going to try to scam each other.
Wonderful idea. I do know also, that long-term solution. I know that locally states are really bad on things, but when the website says like .gov, I've learned.
Okay, Nicolina. I didn't even know Noodles was live. Must be on one of his things I'm not subbed to.
Because of this COVID things, have emergency relief for deposits. I mean, not that will, do it, but there is, just because of all the people who did get evicted because they.
Really, I'm just kind of interested in this going anywhere. I'm like, you notice that just Jimbo's kind of phoned in his own show, and he's still sitting there looking at a screen. And this is kind of why we're here. The mystery of Jimbo and his screen. Because this is boring and not entertaining, but we're kind of trying to learn something here. Well, shit. Oh, he's speaking.
Huh? He don't write pain medicine. It's not a pain doctor.
Okay, when he's talking about pain pills, apparently the stand can jump in when it gets under one of his favorite subjects, pain pills.
Doctor that controls you from having withdrawal.
Yeah, and I know Medicaid pays for Suboxone.
Yeah.
Yes, they do, and they sell them for $30 a piece around here.
It was the amount.
For so many months, and then they stop, and you have to hunt another doctor.
Well,
And
now,
then you go weeks, maybe months, hunting another Medicaid doctor that'll take you on as a patient. Medicaid ain't
what you
working.
said the other day,
I found this doctor, and he don't discharge me. I just have to pay cash.
well, what you said the other day is they cover so many.
Now, in reality, if I went to the local doctor and told them I was addicted to pain pills, which of course I'm not, and as you guys already know from what I've said, I can't take those kind of things, but they would immediately send you to a Suboxone clinic to where then you could sell half of them at $30 a pill and you would have a higher income than what I do off of disability because there's a lot of locals that do that.
And then you pay for the rest out of pocket. I remember now. But would you be willing? Would you be willing to let them cut down your dose so you didn't have to pay out of pocket for the extra ones? Cause that's a true, guys. He pays like how much?
And everyone sell when they don't have enough money like that, they just sell a few of them. Prepay them because there's one girl that used to call me all the time. Do you know anybody that would want one? Because we got to get the money to get our next script, and they always got the money to get their next script somewhere.
It's like you pay a quarter of your income for medication and doctors, which should be covered. And I know so much. I know in Kentucky they'll pay for 2 a day. You can get 60 a month paid for. So I don't know how many in your state.
And they keep 30 and they sell 30 at 30 a piece for $900. And I make $846 on disability. So as I said, if I went there and pretended I was an addict, I could get more just off of that than I do off my disability. And people on disability, once again, could get their disability and that again.
Pouring sweat and shaking and almost had heart attack.
Yeah, they're not going to let you do that.
The doctor said it could take the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know somebody on that.
Go away.
Well, yeah,
they can go away tomorrow.
But to the
It
day,
can take the rest of my life. It's really up to my body. It's nothing. No.
So they don't cut you off. You don't get enough. They don't cut you off.
No, I don't need to do that because I need to be up.
The doctor can't say, well, I'm going to give you these for 30 days and you're done.
Well, the thing is you notice that people many times talk about what they love. And apparently, these people love to go to doctors and get pills. Now, I would be talking about something mundane or, some possible interest to all, but, apparently they like to talk about pharmaceuticals.
But you don't think 2 a day would help you?
No, not right now. Because I just had cut down and I'm just not going back up. I tried to cut down and it didn't work.
They tried to cut down, but fuck that, it didn't work.
Is it $275 plus $75 you pay, or something like that? Towards that?
$250 plus $8.
Just go do some dope with Ernie, you'll feel better. Just saying.
So $250 plus $150. Have you used the coupon? Okay, so that's oh my gosh, $250 plus $150. I'm bad. I can't figure it out.
Now, he needs to take the stand off of it and turn it to pill talk.
400 for oh my gosh.
Jimmy, that just don't add up. $400 a month for that. $440 for your.
That's highway robbery. Yeah.
It is
Yeah, I couldn't afford a car right now if I had one.
They pay for your gas?
Welcome to Earth, Ernie. I mean,
They
Jimbo.
doing it too.
You can see the concussion.
Sometimes I get up
I just got Jimbo Ernie.
in the morning and take one guy, let's say, 24 miles to his job, and then I come 24 miles back, and I go back and give him at 4 o'clock, and
Jimbo's still sitting there looking at a screen.
every day, sometimes.
I mean,
At least 3 or 4 times a week.
and we already looked and saw there's no one else on. So I know he's not monitoring anyone else's stream.
And hang out there and around in that area until time to go get it.
That's intuitive. Best scammer ever.
A little bit of gas money and make put more money in my pocket. I mean, I tell you what, I don't see.
I think he is messaging with someone.
And I don't want you to feel
I
like,
got to get out and do, you know.
I don't want you to feel like this is an
Now,
interrogation either. I just thought about that.
Now that I've watched a little bit, now remember I said he was watching some things at some point. I think that someone is sending him stuff and he's looking at it. And I think that he's got them on panel, and I think he's trying to do one of the get you over bullshits. And I kind of got an idea he's probably chatting with a new friend.
We're not interrogating you. We're trying to figure out what's the best way to help, okay?
I mean, I know the best way. The best way is...
Well, Monster Secrets, we have a mystery here. Why isn't Jimbo doing things on his own live stream?
Well, no, I wouldn't want you to go all...
This is really what we're doing here right now.
If you had ever tried...
We were actually trying to figure out what Jimbo's up to. And he's looking at a screen. He's watched a few videos. And I do believe he's messaging with someone. But, you know, the thing is at 1 a.m, he's awful quiet on his own stream. You know, like I said, it's very weird. So we've been looking for clues. And now when they got heavily into pill talk, you know, he spoke up. But other than interjecting himself and on his knowledge of pharmaceuticals, he's basically stayed quiet and he's been playing with his computer. Well, it's hard. Yeah, it's a hard time to hear him. This would be Kemper. Or no, this would be Kemper. Well, shit, he's got the names down on him now. Guess what? That makes me think he's got a watcher here. Because where the names were up there before and I was going to read it off to you, the names are down now. So someone's watching this and messaging back to him. Now, I can't believe he has 120 in his chat listening to this crap. Well, I think he might be playing Ernie WoW.
Take you to get yours, you got to buy me one.
Right. People find ways, Jimbo. People, I've been around.
I know that too. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna hustle
it goes on.
too much for that, then hustle a little bit. Let's get some of these issues taken care of. Like,
All right.
like go down here. This lady who turned you away, don't let her turn you away, brother. Go down there and get in her face and say, hey, I'm back again today. You gonna help me?
Now, he's telling a woman to go to a medical professional and get in their face. Mr. School Teacher for pain pills. He is telling a woman to intimidate. Like I say, you know, apparently Jimbo is too busy. But when it comes to the point of pain pills, hell, he's fucking verbose.
She's a butthole to that tomorrow. See her the next day. Hey, this is Jimmy. I'm back again.
You're asked to speak to a supervisor.
Yes. Speak to a supervisor.
Pills!
Karen.
My
I
precious!
want to see you, Jimmy. I want you to succeed, and hardest heart, and
Let's measure.
up his
Well, Cuddy
Shema
Moopin.
in Yom Kippur, where it's like you forever written on the book of life, and if I could be a part of any mitzvah, which is a good deed, it writes on my book
Now
of life.
look at psychology. They go straight from talking to pills to talking about Jesus and their holiness. Wow.
I've done plenty of wrong too, and it would be a great mitzvah to.
Intuitive, you are correct.
Depression.
That's what will happen.
You still do. I'm better now, but not completely out of it at all. I know how it feels. I'm alone. I've isolated. I've been frozen. I've let things just go. Completely no judgment. None. I just want you to succeed, and I want.
That's where I was joking earlier about, I was saying that truthfully, Trish ever visits me, me and her should look up Ernie. Now, a lot of people doesn't know it, but truthfully, Trisha once did own a lingerie and toy shop. So, she might still have some inventory sitting around for Ernie, some gags, some balls, some plugs, some strap-ons, and
see that life is better, like you can have a life and go fishing. Can be better, right. And be loved and live life. And you're my age. We're the same age, So I want that for you.
He's typing.
You guys are a lot older than me.
Yeah, he's communicating with somebody.
And that's why I wanted to share that.
He's done mostly listening. He's watched a few things. But every now and then he is typing back. So that's what he's doing most of the time, is he's communicating. So we will see what evil plan the stand unfurls, but I guarantee it's involved in Nicolina rap and a whole bunch of lies.
Because I know how lonely it can feel, and at times you feel like, all these people, they ain't never been through nothing like this.
Oh yeah, intuitive. I mean,
and I just wanted to let him know that, I may be going through other issues now, but I've been where he's at.
Now, he's typing a lot now.
I've been there.
He's got a lot he's typing now.
The point. I don't want to stress
He was pretty passive about it before, but now Jimbo, I don't even have my glasses on, and I can see his little bobbing.
That's the part that I really
He's really into typing. He's more enthusiastic in movement than he has been this entire time.
I really want you to. Oh, sorry, I've got heartburn tonight.
That's what I believe intuitive. And this is really why we're here. We're just seeing what we can learn from this.
And you can too. I know right now it don't feel like it. I know. But you.
I doubt he's going to slip who. But in case he screws up bad, we're going to be here to see it.
Yourself up by the bootstraps, and you will get out of this position that you're in. I know I've got faith, 100% faith, Jimmy, that you will. And we just kind of, and when I went through it,
he's going heavy with the mouse too. I think he's working on something too.
I'm not even talking about financial.
Because you saw make big sweeps with the mouse.
People that I could sit down around the table and say, okay, what's your idea? Okay, what's your idea? I didn't have that. And I feel like that's what we have right now is just imagine it in your mind as one of them big conference tables like you'll see at a lawyer's office or something like that. Just
maybe.
Imagine all of us sitting around that table.
But I got a feeling this is YouTube.
And I didn't have that, and maybe that's why it took me.
But those that's already been done because obviously everyone on this panel only want to talk about getting pills. So no doubt, before this panel or in their side chat, that part is done. The getting pill part and trading, buy, sell, trade, pop. That's been done. Now he's doing the plotting. So I'm expecting that Jamie is going to likely feed them many lies, and then he's going to go, ha ha, I got you, Nickerina, and make another fool of himself because he has to seem big to his own. It's like Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin says stupid things because he's playing to the Russians. And that's all he's doing is playing to his dupes.
Because now we've got a team. And
we don't know what he's reading, but I do know he's watched some videos and he's exchanged a lot of information. Now he's watching again. So he's obviously communicating and exchanging videos and watching videos with someone. Remember I said you that big sweep with the thing? He was probably getting a video to link to the other person.
But maybe there's somebody else out of the 129 people that got out a different way, and please, if there's anybody else in here out of the, 3 people just left, somebody didn't want to be pointed out.
3 people just left.
Anybody out of the 126 watching now that got out a different.
Now, the thing is 126 people just sat and listened to pill talk. I mean, if I didn't have, if I wasn't sitting here for the Jimbo part learning, I wouldn't have subjected you guys to 3 minutes of this. And 126 is, so, they're probably just as bad as them. It's Saturday night, and what are we doing? They're sitting around on YouTube talking about pharmaceuticals.
Different idea of how to get out permanently, let us know,
I mean, I'm talking about just, he wants a hot shower and a place to sleep, and that's not where he's at right now, but, we've got, that's short term, it's one day. You fall asleep, Jimmy's out of it.
2 things right in a row. He got 2 messages right. Best daddy ever, best daddy ever.
Oh, okay. People I've heard of
there it is again. He's getting shit sent to him on his phone.
Just getting street stuff and dying and
now he turned it down. Yes, he turned it down. After the 3 best daddies ever in less than 15 seconds, then he turned it down. He is getting his shit spammed on his phone with shit sent to him via direct message. So there we go. He is plotting. What he's plotting, we do not know. But the 3 best daddy evers and him quickly taking the volume off tell us exactly what he is doing. He's going to plan another one of his stupid little attacks. He's going to think he's overly clever, so be prepared for the bullshit tomorrow. Now, I'm sure that Nicolina will be smacking him down tomorrow, and if I'm awake for it, I'll be there to laugh at it all. But yes, we are now seeing, because now silly me, if I'm going to plot, and I'm not plotting with you on YouTube for fun, I'm not going to leave any evidence of it.
about it.
Now, but once again, this is what. Now we don't have to listen to any more of this.
That was on it.
Oh, hey, let me do this way. Look at Jimbo's head. Remember how he just best daddy ever again and again? He's down there looking at something awful hard, ain't he? So yes, rather than do his own stream or end the stream and then plot, that would have been the best thing for him to do. But yes, that is what Jimbo is doing. He's plotting against us and sending DMs back and forth and trying to think that he's something. And I guess I'm not subscribed to a Current Noodles channel that's on. You know, Noodles loses channel so quickly, you just lose track of him. Yep. Damn, he had lost another one. He had to make another channel. That's why, because Nicolina said she was flipping between the two. And I'm like, I'm subscribed to him. I didn't see him on. Yeah, he must have lost another channel because now I just subscribed and he only has 240.
What happened to that guy's?
I see Henderson.
I don't know.
I don't know, Leo.
You know what he started this? Yeah, man, I seen him on Marvel a lot.
Zombies?
But we don't know who they're texting with. But he's been getting video and he's been watching video. And he just got a lot of things sent to his phone. And he's watching something. So we know that he's plotting some more of his little bullshit. So I expect it for tomorrow or the next day. So we'll get a fresh set of accusations.
Zombies poop emoji or whatever. Just search Anderson Henderson. He comes up.
And that's a 48-year-old man we're talking about.
Well, they're not being interesting.
Why did you and zombies become like enemies?
I can be more interesting than this, and now I shall. Not sure how I'm going to be interesting, but I will find a way. Because I'm so loopy right now. I mean, I have to be interesting at some point. So what does everyone wish to talk about? I guess Nicolina was the responsible adult and went to bed. I don't blame her. You know, in reality, I like to go to bed, but, you know, the whole concussion thing and all, I got to stay up. But yes, I would like to go to bed, but like I say, we have to stay up, and I'm trying to see if I can find anything at all interesting. Well, Holly's still alive, but fuck that. Nothing. Duke's on. I ain't gonna bother with that because he ain't interesting. Captain Content's on, and somebody's bending over, so I'm not even gonna do that because all I see is a big giant butt. Now, I say that YouTube's kind of sucking right now. Because with my condition, I thought, you know, playing some video and going over it again now. Let me see. Maybe I can find something on the recorded. I was hoping to find something on the live. Oh, shit. I remembered something. Okay. This is Leticia's last video. I mean, does she really look like she's suffering? She really doesn't. Day 4 without my baby boy. Now, she also posted a picture on Instagram. And I shot that picture. Oh, God. Yes. Leticia put that on Instagram. So she's obviously not suffering too much, as you can see. So yes, that was posted today. Oh, actually, she had 2 on it. Apparently, there was another image that I missed. Let me flip to Instagram. Oh, yes, voted Miss Outgoing. I was trying to remember her thing. Okay, it just another one. So yes, she seems very proud of them. And this was also today. So Letitia's, and I think that she's, I have her set for in between the 4th and the 5th to attempt to get a man, and she seems to be, oh yeah, that's all today. Remember how she was crying? She was also doing that because I was trying to figure out, how bad off is she? So I went over to Instagram, and those were her Instagram posts today. Didn't look to be the crying, suffering thing on the video now, did it? Yes, Intuitive. That's why I went to the Instagram, is I was trying to figure out what was an act and what is not. But, you can see that she's basically taking tit pics. I can only imagine what's on her phone. Just saying. And I expect, because I also, during this live, I expected one of two things. I expect she got a hotel room or she will go live. And I was really expecting her to go live. So my theory is she got a hotel room. But that's my theory. That could be just pure speculation. But my theory was that if she didn't, now she might pass out and go to sleep and, have a good sleep too. But I do expect she's in a hotel room tonight. If not, I would expect her on a couple hours ago until the next hour. Well, Monsters of Secrets, we don't know that. It's a secret. But we do know that Jimbo is exchanging video and he is discussing with someone. Now, through most of the time sitting there, Jimbo was listening. Jimbo was watching. And then all of a sudden, Jimbo became animated, wheeled his arm around, showing me he was linking videos to the other person. And then he got really, really typey for a long time. And then we know that all of a sudden his phone dinged, the best daddy ever, the best daddy ever, 5 breaths, the best daddy ever. And then he turned it off. So he was getting tons of things sent to his phone. And that's where I tapped out because now, Pindar, Letiti, see, it's the Adonis thing. See, Adonis in the very beginning stated, "We shall stomp out Letiti Sims." And as you know, I'm one of these people that know and see everything. So that's been kind of my function to point out these issues and then the fuck people fuck. Just saying. So, this has probably been the best active effort to smack Simpery in the head. And we've done a damn good job of it, I do have to say. Where Adrastia talks about, they're working against me. The only conspiracy that we have had is to smash the Letiti Sims. And the only active conspiring was saying it in chat and all of us agreeing. It's not like we all got together in a giant DM. And once again, certain people do need help, but her help needs to be in a mental facility. Just saying. And we heard of her horny talk and dog talk, and wow, I don't know what to say about that one still. Well, Pindar, we've been fighting with Adrastia all week. So I've not, I forgot what, well, I have a concussion, so I can't remember at the moment. But, when I rolled into Nicolina's chat late, I'd been fighting with Adrastia in my own way. She apologized to C'est La Vie today, by the way. That was one of my demands. We're going to hell, though. Just saying. Because we inadvertently took Mary's soul. Yes. Once again, I'm more than willing to tell on ourselves, but I'm not quite sure how this exactly evolved, but it went from false accusations of grave desecration to me telling her that I'm going to crap on his grave to then supposedly I had, and you know how the trolls get. I made the vid threatening to crap on their grave if she doesn't apologize to C'est La Vie, and then someone told her I did. And then she went at Greg Garilmo again, and then, we stole Bubba's soul. And Adrastia now says, become a witch, and she's now exchanged her soul to hell to free her brother's soul so he can go to heaven. And that's the trolling I've been doing this week. And yes, for some of this, I believe that I am open to criticism. Now, I did not create her fantasies. She does that all by herself. Now, I did not foresee this all going to the weird left field that it did, but it will make Adonis a wonderful Mayo 4. Because Mayo 3 was the curse of the fuck people. And now Mayo 4 will evolve into a witch arc to where she damns her soul to hell to save her brother, to free them from the cartoon. And we got spinach. Okay, so I'm trying to think, did I get that accurately? And I'm sorry to tell you I did. I would like to tell you that I have a concussion and that I made a mistake here, here, and here. But no, I got that right. And as I said, there is some opening to criticism. And I do that myself. And once again, it's like, I tell myself, it's like, you should think these things out better. But I don't think anyone could have thought this out. Because everything always turns back to Adonis being a cult leader. And poor Greg Garilmo. I mean, he's starting out, he's got a good little program, and he wanted Adrastia to get his name right, and she keeps calling him Greg Garimo. And he's like, Garilmo, Garilmo. And every time she says it, it comes out Garimo. And I feel sorry for him for that. Because I don't think it's going to get any better. Just saying. Now, more open on criticism. Now, she is lucky. Because Tasha Teeling is a member in the Boyd. And she and I are friends. And she's a transsexual. So, if she didn't apologize to C'est La Vie, I was going to have Adonis have a fundraiser for a tranny to pee on Bubba's grave. Now, she did apologize in probably a C- apology to Selah today, and I think I'm going to take it, but that was my backup plan. And once again, I don't make any joke normally about transsexual, but I know it would just like burn inside of Adrastia to say it that way. So like I said, I did have an evil plot that if she decided to be an unrepentant ass and not apologize to Selah, that, I could have went that far and probably would have, in all honesty. So now, okay, Pindar. Okay, now once again, my eyes want to bleed, but it's because of what I'm about to say, not because of the concussion. Well, she used to put mayo in her hair. I thought the same thing too, and then I quickly found out that it's because she put mayo in her hair. And they called her Mayo, and it upset her. Now she don't put mayo in her hair anymore. Now she threatened to recently, and I'm not sure why. Uh, well, Pindar, that's basically what I've been doing. On my side gig today, I've been punishing Adrastia for being mean to Selah because Adrastia did trigger Selah's condition. And and then Adrastia tried to take it further. And then that's when I did the SmackDown video on Adrastia. And that's when she got it in her head that I actually did desecrate her brother's grave. And then, and somehow her brother's soul got stolen all of this. And then the gorilla took it to hell. And then she learned witchcraft over a day and a half. And she exchanged her soul. But we supposedly ripped Bubba's soul out of heaven and cast it to hell. Now, I got to admit, that's good. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I know about everything there is about the magical systems and religions of the world, but that's something new to me. There's nothing that I've ever heard of that rips souls out of heaven and sends them to hell, and then you have to exchange your soul other than Adrastia really wants to go to hell. That's all I can think. So, I mean, it's pretty much with Adrastia, and it's all because she can't leave Adonis Paul alone. And Adonis Paul is got gold. I mean, Latiti 3. He has the entire family arc up to the birth to having the baby to the stuff that's happened now for Letitia 3. I mean, this is going to be epic. Now, Mayo 4, as I said, Mayo 3 was the curse of the fuck people because she was turning on Adonis's crowd, and this was documenting what happened. And now we've got Adrastia turning into a witch and damning herself to hell. I mean, and all of her 1,400 video meltdowns constantly. So, like I said, Adonis has all of the clips from all of this. And in his spare time, he will put together some of the best gold that has ever been mined off of YouTube. Well, also, I mean, Carlos will never be my friend, and if he wants to start in between me and Holly, Holly will get the choice of one or the other. And as it is right now, I'm not a happy camper because she should have fucking known better anyway. So it is what it is. Because, see, I've been sitting here for quite some time, for months while she's been off YouTube, fighting our mutual battles. Actually, Pindar, he has a couple times. But, he prefers the cartoon avatar. Oh, man, I'm tired, but I gotta stay up because of the concussion. Well, anyone that goes to sleep, I envy you. Now, if my head is feeling a bit more clear than it has earlier, because I'm not screwing anything up lately, I'm not having to hold my head as much, and I'm not having to squint. So, that's already improvement. So, maybe by about 7 or 8 in the morning, I'll feel safe enough to sleep. and then I'll take some Motrin, and then I'll sleep till about noon or 1. At least that's my plan. Now, anybody that's got any questions or anything, open it up and just to talk. Well, Brenda, good to see you. I hope you're well. Well, Dad Leonard, I'm feeling a bit better. So, it's just during the beginning of this stream and for a while of it, I was feeling really rough. But I just need to be here to kind of keep myself active, and that's why I was looking for some video to review, but there really isn't much right now. Well, I envy Adonis. He's found him a nice young lady in Leaf, and she's very apt at daggers, and she has good taste in hating Adrastia. Those were regular ones. Those are on the farm back this way. The ones with the little farms is over that way. I have a concussion, Brenda, and that's kind of why we're here. I'm streaming to keep myself awake. And earlier in this stream, I was pretty not happy. And I'm not thrilled right now because I feel like someone has popped my head. I was trying to think of an accurate word for it, but yes. I like someone, you know how the blisters feel when you pop them? That's how my head feels. Actually, Ronnie, I don't know if he really looks like his cartoon character, but he has no hair. So I'm going with no. Oh, God. And I'm also going with don't move my head much. I think that when I hit my head yesterday, I've got a bit of whiplash. Because this muscle right here in my neck hurts. So yeah, I think when I hit my head, it must have contorted. I'm getting kittied. My orange hair kittied. What are you doing, baby? She wants me to go to bed with her because it's bedtime. She's over here sleeping and she woke up and now she's telling me to go to bed. And I can't put my head. Please don't poke me with your head. My head hurts. Please let me live. Oh. Ow. She just put her nose against mine and it hurt. Wow. Ooh. Kitty, don't do that. Okay, I'm not as good as I thought I was. Let's put it that way. She just put her nose against mine and pressed, and it feels like somebody hit me in the head with a hammer. Oh. Summer, honey, you're gonna have to please, sweetie. Seriously, Summer. But just remember when we talk about puking. Yeah, stay over here. Cause see, now and then, Summer. I can be ready to get sick, and Summer will still want to be in my face. I'm fighting getting sick, and I'm not gonna get sick. I will have, but with the hot hairy in my face, I cannot promise anything. Can I have some personal space for just a moment, young lady? Now, you know what sucks? Is early, before I fell and hit my head, I was going to take a nap, and I was out at the barn. And I was just going to take the nap out there. And I laid down, and it freaked Richella out. She wouldn't let me sleep. Because I was laying in a spot to her I wasn't supposed to, she went 10 feet away from me and would just cry and cry and cry. Now, if I die, Summer will eat me. At some point when she's hungry, if I die, Summer will eat me. Now, Richella, if I die, she will go 10 foot away from me and cry until she dies. I have no doubt. Because me just trying to lay down at the barn, this was like the afternoon. This was probably about 4 hours before I busted my head. So, I wasn't hurt or nothing. I just wanted a nap. And she sat with me for just a moment or two. And then, like I said, she went about 10 to 15 feet away. And she cried, and she cried, and she cried until I got up and then walked her back to the house. Hello, Flaming Marshes. But yeah, that's, and I like I say, I know if something happens to me, Summer will just eat me until someone finds that out what happened. But no, Richella, if something happens to me, she's just going to cry until she dies. So my goal in life is to live long enough to take care of Richella. I mean, I literally am everything to that cat. Summer, I am really everything to her too, but Summer could function without me. Richella obviously could never function without me. Now, I do have to say, ever since she pushed her nose against mine, man, I hurt again. I was okay until she did that. I mean, my nose itches too, and I'm just barely touching it to scratch. Oh, they are. Most of them are. Now, the older ones, they have their own little thing and they hang out on the deck. They like outside more. But Summer's got a bunch of brats. Now, a few of them are background, and you guys normally don't get to see Winter, but she is such a sweet kitty. She doesn't really like other cats, though. If I could find her a home for just a woman for an apartment, she'd be a great kitty. She's a background kitty. She don't destroy anything. She don't get into shit. She's kind of just there when you want her. Hello, big dog. Well, I'm going to go here in a minute, everyone, because looking at this, I've been here over 2 hours, and my device should be getting low on power. I can't even see it. With the concussion, I just put down the tab to see how much juice this had left, and my eyes can't even focus to see it. So yeah, I can't go to sleep tonight, and I might need to stay up all night and not sleep at all, because the fact that I pulled that down and my eyes couldn't focus on it, that tells me I'm not good. Well, Pandara, the thing is it's a catch-22. If I need 911, I'm probably not going to be able to dial 911. And if I can dial 911, I don't need 911. So you see, it's kind of a catch-22. That's why I said before that, I did have people that talked about moving in before and nothing ever happened. But that's my catch-22. If I can dial it, I don't need it. And if I need it, I can't dial it. So it's one of those ironic things of life. Well, thank you, Brenda. After a day or two, I will. Matter of fact, after my next sleep, I'll probably feel a lot better with just a little bit of a headache that I can take an aspirin and get through. But because I'm so loopy, I need to stay up. And like I said last night after I did it, I went to bed and had one of my best sleeps in a long time. But in reality, there is a mathematical chance I couldn't have woke up from it. But, fortunately, it's a very, very small chance. But, I should have been kept up all last night. And because I'm having these mental slips, and like I said, I pulled that bar down and my eyes just couldn't focus on a single thing on it. And that tells me I'm not well. So it is what it is, and I live alone, and I'm going to sit here and stay awake. I'm going to hook up the devices and charge them. I'm going to try to find something to watch on YouTube. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. And then after dawn, if my eyes are okay and my head seems to be clear, I'll take some Motrin and sleep. And if they're not, then I have to just try to stay up and sleep whenever. Well, the other room, I have an air conditioner, and it's just a little warm in here. But I want to sleep. I do. I want to sleep, but I can't. I got to stay awake. And once again, if I hadn't pulled down that dashboard and saw that I couldn't focus on any of it, I would say I might be good to sleep. But no, if my eyes can't focus and read numbers or symbols or any of them, then no, I don't need to be sleeping. So I'm going to, well, I'd go to sleep with an audiobook. That's why I didn't just go over to Adonis, because many nights I'll listen to Adonis's show and fall asleep on it. And I knew I wouldn't fall asleep going live. So that's kind of why I went live, and I'm going to have some pop. I'm going to put on my shoes. I'm going to go outside and pee. I'm going to catch some fresh air, maybe splash some water in my face. And then I'm going to try to find something to watch on YouTube. Oh, big dog, not really. Like I say, yesterday I just had getting ready to have a seizure and fell down and busted my head. And didn't know it till today. I mean, I was talking to Nicolina in chat and just put my hand back here and found scabs, bloody scabs. I just thought I bumped my head. But evidently I knocked the living hell out of myself. And then I got up and went over to the chair and had a seizure. But that's why I fell, because I was getting ready to have a seizure. And I didn't even know I hurt myself. But I sure hurt the hell out of myself. So I'm going to try to stay up and try to find something entertaining on YouTube. And if I can't, I'm just going to turn on some loud music. But everyone, thank you for coming and take care.